Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then hey, my name is Erica, and today I'm gonna talk about something I've never really talked about before on my channel. It's something I find very interesting. I don't know if my audience is going to find it interesting. We'll see. That's kind of how YouTube is. It's kind of trial and error. But anyway, what I'm going to be talking about today is celebrity culture. Now, if you don't know what celebrity culture is, it's a pretty, in my opinion, it's a pretty self-explanatory term. It is basically an obsession with celebrities. Think like the Kardashians, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Will Smith, like the really big stars in Hollywood that people are obsessed with. Now, there's nothing wrong with liking a celebrity or an artist and being a fan of their music and maybe even just a fan of them in general. But one thing I've noticed with social media is I feel like sometimes celebrity culture takes over and people are more likely to share things going on with celebrities and stuff like that than other things going on in the world. We have lived through a lot of shit these past few years. First of all, a global pandemic where climate change is a really big issue, which the media reports on it, but then it doesn't at the same time. There's a war going on in Ukraine. There are always wars going on around the world, but a lot of times we're more likely to talk about Kim Kardashian's new diet, how she says she didn't eat to fit in that Marilyn Monroe dress. And I get it. Trust me, I have really bad anxiety to the point where it keeps me up at night. I think about all the shit going on in the world, and I'm like, how the hell are we gonna fix this? I feel like I'm just one person. I cannot solve the world's problems, and believe me, I'm not claiming to. I don't think I'm this savior. But when all of these things are weighing on you, sometimes you feel like you need some type of an escape. So I think, and this is my theory, I have no proof of it. I haven't done research. The research I'm doing right now is for school, and it's not about this. But anyway, I haven't done any real research on this. Maybe someday I will, maybe not, who knows. But I kind of feel like we might do this to distract ourselves and to occupy ourselves from the real pressing issues like that. I can't really talk about this on YouTube, so I'm gonna have to be very vague about it, but please know I take it seriously, and I do not think it was just an incident. I think it was a capital T attack on black people, but the incident at a Tops grocery store in Buffalo, New York, which let's be clear here, that was a racist attack, and I take that very seriously. But I've noticed that people want to focus more on celebrities and what's keeping up with the Kardashians, the whole Will Smith debacle, which I myself covered. I feel like that got a lot more media attention and social media attention than what happened in Buffalo. And I get it. When you hear about all of these heavy topics, it really weighs on you, and you can feel helpless, and it can just make everything seem bleak. But the reason I'm making this video is I kind of want to make people feel less alone. Like, this is something other people go through too. And trust me, this isn't the worst thing you can go through. Seeing these news headlines is not comparable to being there, to having experienced it yourself. So I'm not going to compare that. But especially if you are a black person and you saw these headlines and now you feel terrible and scared and angry and sad. And I want to be clear here, I'm obviously not a black person. But I want to bring this up not to shame people for feeding into celebrity culture, but more so to remind people that when we see the shitty things Kim Kardashian's doing, when we see whatever, the whole Amber Heard Johnny Depp situation, there are bigger things going on in the world that we should focus on. And there are small things you can do in your everyday life to help make the world a little less bleak. Like, you can read a book on anti-racism. You can volunteer somewhere. You can try to educate yourself on climate change, and you can contact your local representatives or these big corporations that are wreaking havoc on the environment. And I realize these are fairly minor things you can do, but I guess I just want to offer hope, because I've been feeling terrible about the state of things lately, and I want to feel hopeful. So I guess I just want to give other people hope too, and say that we're not, that things don't have to stay this way. If we want more, and if we demand more, and when I say more, I don't mean material things. I mean, if we want the world to be a better place. And I realize we're individuals, and it's not just on us, it's also on the governments, it's on corporations, and a lot of things out of our control. But there are some things in our control. And so I urge everybody to try to find something that makes you feel like you're contributing some good to the world. Because I know things can feel like it's like you're this tiny ant in this big world, and things are just happening around you and you feel helpless. And I know this was kind of a word comedy video. It was all over the place. No real big, like, truth bombs or whatever. But I guess I just wanted to get this off of my chest because it's something that keeps me up at night. And I know it probably keeps other people up at night. And I just want things to be better. Things are never going to be perfect, but I want to know that I did something, and I guess that's a sort of selfish thing to want, but I guess it's just natural to feel like this, especially when you're just one person, to feel like a lot of things are out of your control, and a lot of things are out of our control. I'm gonna be honest that I'm not gonna be like, this is on you and only you, and if you don't do your part, then everything's gonna go to shit. Like I want to be clear here. I realize that a lot of things are beyond us, but at the same time, knowing that things are beyond us can be overwhelming a lot of the times, because you feel like, well, then I have no control and things are just gonna happen and it's inevitable. But I don't think things have to be inevitable. I think we can demand more. Maybe I'm being idealistic here. Probably, I don't know. But anyway, if you found this video interesting, please give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below things you like to do that make you feel like you're contributing something good. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.